Hey, look who's here. Ronbo's here. Ketty's here. I seem to have a malfunction. I don't have any volume on the TV. Either that or CNBC don't have volume. I can't stand kiss-ass Ryan Seacrest. Not to mention 90% of the guests that are performing, I have no fucking idea who they are. So I've got CNBC with shots of New York City, and when it comes time to drop the ball, they'll zoom in, and I don't know if we'll have a countdown. I don't know why I don't have any volume. I don't know. TV worked in the bedroom. I know it has volume. I checked the computer. The speakers are turned on. The volume is up. I don't know. Always a technical difficulty, but if anything, we'll see the ball drop. Never a dull moment. So let's do an official start. Broadcasting live from beautiful downtown Cleveland. It's station WDWL TV with me, the grumpy old man, and the nightly appearance of the grumpy jackalope. Uh-oh. Sorry. I was busy. There. And our show is brought to you by Mr. I forgot to turn his lights on, Grumpy Vulture. No bow. Brrr.
But out of that, a new holiday was born. A Festivus for the rest of us.
And for the final lighting of the Festivus pole. I'm going to miss that. I don't know. Maybe we'll use it for something else. Yeah. God. Damn it. I had this TV plugged in and I had volume. I hook it up to the computer. Now, the computer volume's at 100%, which means the TV should be receiving volume from the computer. I don't know why. You would think that there's some noise going on. What is this? TV 18. Well, CNBC. I just couldn't stomach having Seacrest on. Not to mention, like I say, 90% of the performers, I have no idea who the hell they are. Some guy, Yankee Daddy or Whip Daddy out of Australia. No idea who it is. I was going down the list of performers. I was like, Who the hell are all these people? Not to mention, New York police are going to be totally pissed off because New Year's Rockin' Eve is going until 4 a.m. because they have so many performers. You know, usually after midnight, the cops shoo everybody off of Times Square. All right, you know, get out of here. No. Look at that crowd. Well, you can't really see it. That's all people. That's all people. Wall-to-wall people. I don't know where the fireworks are going off. Wherever it is, that's wall-to-wall people. And I can't get rid of this stupid, please change your source resolution. I don't know. I went through it. The TV worked fine in the bedroom. Bring it in here, it screws up. I don't know, maybe that's Australia? Is there... Could that be Australia? Aren't they like... Yeah. Wouldn't that... Could that... With no volume, I don't know where the hell we're at. Whatever it is, it's a nice fireworks show. They spent a few bucks on fireworks. But what you're seeing here is wall-to-wall people. Shoulder to shoulder to shoulder. Wall-to-wall people. I wish I knew where it was at. It's a nice fireworks show. Would be nice if I had volume. And it's too much of a bitch for me to try to switch websites because everything is in the other studio and I'd have to turn the TV around and try to look to see. I just wanted it for the ball drop, that's all. Oh, there's no way I could be there. I want my space. I can't stand crowds. It would piss me off when I was waiting to get on the rapid and everybody's crowding. I'm like, get away from me. You know, the rapid cars have 2 sets of doors per car. They usually run at least 3 cars. Why does everybody have to get in the first car? Everybody crowds around. Get away from me. I'll throw you off the rail. Damn weather. Damn Amazon. Oh. You will... I got the replacement camera. you won't believe, after all my bitching and all the assurance that there wouldn't be a screw up of package delivery, directly underneath the sign that says, "Do not deliver packages here." The weather's been too shitty for me to put the banner up. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I looked at the delivery picture and I was like, oh, not again. And then, of course, you know, the Amazon customer service offices were closed. Oh, yeah, Kathy. Look at that crowd. Maybe it is Australia. It's right by the water. And they wouldn't be standing by the water in New York. Maybe that was Australia. They're ahead of us. They're in the new year already. Oh, you know, Kathy, you mentioned pickpockets. There was a story I remember last year, New Year's morning. There was actually a pickpocket that attempted to pick the pocket of an undercover New York detective. Because the whole police force is working. Everybody. I bet you that guy was surprised when the detective turned around and flashed his badge and said, "Busted." I wonder where the crowd was. There would be no way them people would be standing anywhere near water on the East Coast. I don't know, maybe that was Puerto Rico, I don't know. They were standing on a beach by water, and nobody in their right mind would be standing on a beach right now in New York. I'm surprised it's not snowing there. It's snowing here. Christ, I cleaned the car off. I ran up to the store. I come back. There's 3 times as much snow on the car. I don't know why there's no volume. Let me try again here. It's full blast and there's no volume. And it's not on mute. Although I haven't worked this TV remote in a while. Let me... Nope, that would be mute. That's unmute. I don't know why I don't have volume. I don't know. You know what? Let me try something here. Let me spin this TV around. Move over here. All right, let me try it again. No volume. I don't know. If there's going to be technical difficulties, it's always going to happen on this show. Actually, we really don't need the volume because when it comes time, they'll do the countdown and we'll see the numbers. I don't know. If you notice, even my TV has LED lights surrounding it. All my TVs, I buy LED light kits. And I surround the TV, and they make nice night lights. My kid thinks I'm nuts. What are you putting lights on the TV for? Because I want to put lights on the TV. And they change colors. Yeah, they're kind of neat. They're little LEDs. All of my TVs, I buy light kits for all of them. The bedroom looks cool when there's 3 TVs lit up with LEDs flashing in different patterns. And yeah, they make nice night lights. And the kits are cheap. I think I only paid like $6 or something for this. And it was long enough to go around a 45-inch TV. And it comes with a remote. You can change colors, change modes, change flashing. I got more goddamn remotes on my bedside table. Three remotes for 3 TVs, and then 3 remotes for LED lights. No, I didn't get. Yeah, it was only like $5 or $6 for this kit, and it's I put it in the other room. It's a strip with double stick tape on the back. The controller is the power plug is down in the bottom corner here, and I just do a complete surround around the TV and trim it to fit. So, you know, this TV, yeah, this kit was like $5 or $6. The kit, the next size up kit was 10, and the kit for my big 55-inch was 12. And they plug into the USB port on the back of the TV, and then like I say, each one has its own remote. Usually at night what I do is I turn the two smaller TVs off, and then I just leave the light on the big TV. And then when the big TV shuts itself off, then what do I have it set on? I've got it set on blue and very faint. And it's just enough of a glow in case I have to get up. There's a little light in the room. That way I don't have to turn the big light on and blind myself. All right, Ron, here's one for you. What do they call roadkill in Texas? Come on, Mr. Trivia. What do they call roadkill in Texas? No. They call it Wheels on Meals. Oh, corny joke. Oh, yeah, they were showing the crew today filling all these balloons because Planet Fitness gives these balloons away. And there was a room of about 20 people inflating balloons. They've been doing it since early this morning. And then when they get a bag full, then they have a runner that runs them out to Times Square and passes them out. Then he comes back in with the empty bag. They put the bag inside of a box and they start filling balloons and stuffing it, and it just all day. How would you like to sit all day and fill fucking balloons? I can't remember what time they said they started, like 2 o'clock this morning. They started filling balloons. And each balloon gets a long silver ribbon tied to it. Yeah, they were showing the room with the people just, and you could see some of the girls were like, oh, I've had enough balloons already. They put them on the air tank and they stretch them out. And everybody had taped up fingers. Because they said if they didn't tape their fingers, they'd end up with fucking blisters from tying the balloons. I hope they were getting paid enough to fill frickin' balloons. Yeah, Kathy, right after about the 10th balloon, I'd be like, I'm done. I'm out of here. And then it was funny because the the guy was doing a demo. You know, the reporter that was in the room. He goes, "Show me how we yell." They put it on the air tank, and he stretched out, and all of a sudden the balloon went bang. He goes, "Oop, faulty balloon. Let's try. Take two." Put another balloon on. Okay, tie it. Stick it in the bag. The thing that would piss me off is you work like 24 hours straight filling balloons. Can you imagine how many are on Times Square after the celebration? People are like, "Whoop, don't want this anymore." I wonder how much these street cleaners get paid to come in and work overtime cleaning the mess up when everybody leaves. Of course, they're going to be there till frickin' 4 in the morning. Yeah, like 90% of the performers, I had no idea who the hell they were. Now, I'm not up with, you know, modern music. I mean, I recognize Diana Ross. That was about the only one. Then there was like the group Four Non Blondes. Four Non Blondes. Never heard of them. It's another reason we don't have New Year's Rockin' Eve. Some of these, and then there's a bunch of rappers. Like I want to listen to that. I got to listen to it from my kid all the time. 44 years old, listen to rap music. Jesus. Tell him grow up already. I spent most of the day watching Arkansas State Police chases. Man, I'll tell you what. I watched an hour compilation of high-speed chases with Trooper Anna Escamilla. If I didn't know better, I would swear that Jacob Bird, the Birdman, taught her how to do pit maneuvers. I'll tell you what, I thought the Birdman was relentless. Holy shit, can that woman drive? She was doing a police chase at 155 miles an hour, and she got one hand on the steering wheel. I'd have a death grip. She's changing lanes, like she was driving at 20, you know. And I'll tell you what, with the name of Escamilla, that name has, like, I would say, a Spanish descent. She looks Samoan. And I'm not taking a shot at her any way, shape, or form, demeaning her. If you see people from Samoa, she looks Samoan. Not to mention she looks like a Samoan sumo wrestler. That is one big girl. But I'll tell you what, I would not want to be on the receiving end of a pit maneuver from her. Because I'll tell you what, there were a couple, when the car came to a stop, she reached in the car and pulled the guy out through the window. She didn't even wait to open the door. Pull him out, throw him on the ground, cuffed him. And then she's like, "Are you okay?" The guy's like, "No." "Do you need medical?" "No, I'll be all right." I like when she jumps out of the car with her gun. Scream, "Get out of the car!" I'd be like, I'm out. Talk about brutal. And I'll tell you what, who comes in number 2 after Arkansas? Florida. Holy shit, those troopers are relentless. I love watching pit maneuvers, especially when the car rolls about a dozen times. Then I watched an interview with I don't know if they call him the commandant or the commander of the Arkansas State Police. And one reporter was like, "Don't you think you're going a little overboard when you're doing pit maneuvers over 100 miles an hour?" And he was like, "Nope. We're here to stop the chaos and protect the public at all expense." Because I'll tell you what, there's a lot of states you can't do a pit maneuver like over 40. Arkansas, they do pit maneuvers at 140. I wish I could figure a way of making that font. Just remember, the ball is dropping twice. It will drop to light up 2026, and then it's going to go back up again. And then 4 minutes later, it's going to drop and light up 250. And then it's going to drop again 1 second after midnight on July 3rd. Because there's supposed to be really big 4th of July festivities this year. Yeah, I'm trying to think what I started out watching this morning. Oh, I watched a couple of sob sit videos. They're all the same, you know. Cop comes up to the door. I don't need a license. I don't need registration. No, I'm not getting out of the car. What do you mean you're breaking my window? Crap, no! Then they drag him out of the car, handcuff him. I don't consent. I don't consent to being arrested. Well, too bad. Why are they blowing confetti already? Or is that snow? I can't tell if it's confetti or snow. I guess they're getting the crowd warmed up. Kind of early to get the crowd warmed up. Gee, you got another hour. I made a bunch of notes here. All right, I mentioned that. Oh, get this. You know, some police departments operate bait cars. Now, a bait car is a vehicle that the police park on the street and they leave the keys in the ignition and the door's unlocked. And when somebody steals it, they shut the car down. And when they shut the car down, the doors lock and you can't get the doors open. You're stuck in that car, arrested. Well, this one woman's little darling decided he was going to steal a bait car, and he got arrested. She is suing, and I can't remember what police department. She is suing for $4 million because the police tempted her son to steal the car. Now, if he was an honest young lad, he would have went, oh, gee, some guy left the keys in his car. Maybe I'll flag down the next police officer and tell him. No. He jumps in the car, steals it. The car goes like 3 blocks. They shut it down. They surround the car. They remotely unlock it. And they arrest him. And mommy is suing because the police tempted her little darling to steal the car. I'll tell you what, there are attorneys out there that will take any goddamn case on earth. If I could see going to an attorney going, hey, my son stole a bait car. I'd laugh the people out of my office. Yeah, the police tempted her angel, who was polishing his halo while he was stealing the bait car. I can't believe an attorney would actually take that case. I just, I read that story, I went, and they didn't mention the law firm, because I'm sure if they would have, they'd have laughed this guy right off the map. Yeah, they're suing for $4 million because the police tempted her son to steal the car. I I can't believe the attorney had a straight face in his office when mom come in and said, "I want to sue the police department." Oh, really? For what, ma'am? Well, my son stole a bait car and got caught. Really? Oh, we got a lawsuit here. Hang on. Let me. I don't know what kind of kid he is. He's definitely tied to his mommy's apron strings. That's obvious. Well, would you say tempting would be the same as entrapment? Maybe not. No. They didn't spell the lawsuit out. I'm sure there's probably all kinds of legal jargon in there, entrapment and everything, every word under the sun. Yeah, they tempted her son to steal the vehicle by leaving the key in it. Well, just because some idiot leaves a key in his car, it doesn't say, steal me. I mean, with these new goddamn key fobs, that's why auto theft is going up again, because people leave the key fob in the console, or they leave it in the cup holder, and the car is live. It's like leaving the key in it. Hang on. Is this thing that heavy that you can't put it in your pocket? Now, I have a key. But the new key fobs, you just get in the car and push the start button. Is it that hard to take this with you? No. People leave these in the car, and the ignition is on. You get in, you put your foot on the brake, you push the start button, and the engine starts. You pull into wherever you're at, you put your foot on the brake, you push the button, the engine stops. If you leave this in the car, it's like leaving the key in the ignition. I can't understand how lazy people get. Oh, this is too heavy. Oh, God, it's like 3 ounces. I can't carry it. I'll just leave it in the car. It's almost as bad as the stupid goddamn program writers that wrote the electronic ignition program for Hyundai and Kia. You can go on the web and download an app that will unlock and start a Hyundai and a Kia. It's almost as bad as leaving the key in the car. Remove before flight. And then my blood type. If I don't hang the key on the rack, I will forget where I put it. I watched a video earlier today where a guy had, I think it was a $200,000 Maserati. He parks it out in front of his business office and leaves the key fob in it. And 3 teenage kids wandered through the lot trying doors on cars, and the doors opened because they were unlocked, and they got in and they stole his Maserati, and then they wrecked it. And I'm sure he's going to say to his insurance company, I don't know how they stole it. If I was the adjuster, I'd say, I ain't paying you, pal. You're going to eat the expense of that car because you left the goddamn key in it. I have a neighbor who does the same thing. Too lazy to take the key fob out of the car. Now, so far, it hasn't been stolen. Is it that hard? And then, like I say, you can get an app for your cell phone, and you walk around a parking lot, and you walk up to Kias and Hyundais, and if a door unlocks, jump in and steal it. There was a group of teenage kids. They stole so many Kias, they got the nickname of the Kia Boys. Because they would steal a Kia, they would drive it maybe 10 blocks, steal another Kia, and that's all they were doing. Constantly stealing Kias and driving around the city, leaving cars. You know, they'd go 10 blocks, leave that one, get into another one, go 10 blocks, leave that one, get into another one. And when they finally arrested them, they said, "How are you stealing these cars?" And the one kid went, "Very easy, officer. We have an app." And even the police didn't believe it. And they said, "What do you mean you have an app?" And they went out in the police parking lot, employee lot, and they found a Kia, and the kid walked up and hit the app, and the door unlocked. He got in, he started the car up. He goes, "Yeah, we have an app." See, officer, right here. This widget right here is the app to steal a Kia. It had to be a disgruntled employee. That's all I can figure. A disgruntled employee from the IT department. Somebody maybe is found out the guy sitting next to him was making $2 more an hour. So he puts the app on the web. It's the only way that I doubt some hacker sitting in his basement figured out. Maybe, I don't know. It just goes to show you you can't trust anything on these new cars today. I'll tell you what, I hope that my 2001 is the newest vehicle I ever own. Because I don't want nothing that don't have a key. Because you look at these brand new cars, they don't have door locks. What do you do when the battery goes dead? How do you get in these cars? If your battery goes dead, how do you get in the car? Or if the battery goes dead in your key fob, how do you get in the car? How do you start it? You got to run to the drugstore. Hey, do you have any 2025 batteries, button cells? No? Oh, shit. And then people wonder why their car gets stolen. Oh, my key fob was too heavy, officer. I couldn't pick it up. I had to leave it in the car. Sorry. Has anybody seen the ad for these crunchy fish snacks? They look like they're fried sardines. And it shows, well, it's all Japanese people enjoying these baked, crunchy fish snacks that look like fried sardines. I watched the ad. Usually I blip. I watched the whole ad. And the fish are wild Alaskan yellow croakers. They look like sardines. And they're baked. And they're snacks. They come in a bag like potato chips. And of course, like I say, they're all Japanese people eating these. But, oh, they got a bag in there. Yum, you know. Nobody's seen that ad? I've seen it several times. You have fish snacks made from wild Alaskan yellow croakers. And they look like they're split open like butterfly shrimp. And they look like fried sardines. But they're baked. And it said the baking process even makes the bones crunchy. Oh, yummy. And it shows even some little kid like he's 3 years old chomping on one with a big smile, you know. Oh, Kathy, I had a friend. The company that he worked for was a Japanese-based company. And he got sent over to Japan for like 3 or 4 months to learn some new process. And some of the shit that they eat, you can go in, well, it's 812. It looks just like a 7-Eleven. The name of the store is 812. And where you and I would maybe get some Haribo gummies, they get Haribo chicken feet. It's a bag of chicken feet. And they eat them for snacks. Chicken feet. I'll pass, thank you. Oh, crazy American. No, you don't know what you miss. Have chicken feet. I'm full, thank you. I had a live eel for lunch. Yeah, he told me, you go in to 812, and the racks are filled with weird ass food. You know, pickled octopus, you know, for a snack. Chicken feet. You get done with the chicken feet and you eat some baked croaker. Mmm. That was like I know I told everybody this when I was driving for the limousine service. I picked up these Chinese. It was two guys and a woman. I was taking them. Where the hell did I take them? I picked them up in downtown Cleveland. I had to take them to Batavia, New York. I don't know what. And they get in the car, and I'm starting to head out, and the female was the only one that spoke somewhat English. The two guys, no English. And the one guy in the back seat taps her on the shoulder, and he's holding something. And she reaches back, and I'm not paying attention. And she says, "Would you like meat snack?" I says, "It's 8 in the morning." They're sitting eating uncooked hot dogs for breakfast. Meat snack. Meat snack. No, thank you. I like my meat snacks cooked. Yeah, they were munching away on hot dogs. Uncooked hot dogs. Meat snack. You want meat snack? I'm driving. They must have thought they were at home. Well, we couldn't find chicken feet, and we got meat snack. Sitting there eating uncooked hot dogs. My buddy brought back pictures that he took inside an 812 of the weird food, like dried seaweed strips and toasted seaweed strips and sesame seed covered seaweed strips. And they're flat pieces of fucking seaweed, and they just munch on them like we would eat a Hershey bar. So you get a pack of chicken feet and some sesame seed seaweed strips, and man, you got a lunch. Oh, man. And they don't drink cold water. As a matter of fact, they don't drink cold pop. In the refrigerated cases is all food items. You don't find Coke, Pepsi, Aquafina, nothing in a cold case. They drink everything at room temperature. Matter of fact, like we have a hot cup of coffee in the morning, a lot of times they have a hot cup of water. They think hot water has some curing item to it. But he couldn't get a cold drink. They don't believe in drinking cold pop, cold water. He said it was quite warm out today. He wanted a bottle of water. Nothing, no. They don't drink cold beverages. Oh, gee. I cannot do room temperature pop. I'm sorry. If I have to, I'll drink room temperature water. If somebody puts a gun to my head. But I can't drink warm pop. Not at all. Mine has to be, as a matter of fact, my mug is in the refrigerator right now. When I get up in the morning, I take the mug off my nightstand, I stick it right in the fridge, and then when I go to bed, I open it up, and if it's half gone, I top it off with cold pop, and it's on my nightstand. I can't do warm. That's like my buddy was telling me there are some areas in Ireland where they drink warm beer. Guinness. Guinness at room temperature. Oh my God, drinking warm beer. Oh God. I'm sorry, I can't do warm room temperature beverage. Kathy, you'd fit right in Japan. When my buddy bought a 6-pack of Pepsi and came back and stuck it in the fridge, everybody in that Japanese office made fun of him. You, Mary, you pop in fridge? What do you do? Oh, hey. He said, we drink it cold in America. The whole office. Everybody went back, opened the fridge, went, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, crazy. Matter of fact, they nicknamed him Cold Pepsi. Cold Pepsi, come here. Come look at computer. Bring your cold Pepsi too. They made fun of him the whole time he was there. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Everybody's sitting at their desk with a warm Pepsi or a warm Coke, and he's got a cold one, and the whole office is looking at him like, Jesus. Hey, how can you drink that? Same way you drink yours. I wish I knew why I didn't have sound. Well, and this is the stupidest ass commercial for AAA. Have you ever seen this stupid ass commercial? Starts out, the guy's got his cell phone and he's grinning like a Cheshire. Look at him. Hey. Oh. stupid ad. But what? How do you get AAA out of some guy staring at his cell phone with a big shit-eating grin on his face? And then that girl with the googly sunglasses with a shopping bag. What has that got to do with AAA? Show a tow truck with a jump start. No. Some idiot with a cell phone smiling, grinning like a Cheshire cat. Maybe these commercials are only on YouTube. I don't know. I don't watch, local TV. But boy, there's some wacky commercials on YouTube. Like that stupid AAA commercial. I don't understand what some guy grinning like a psychotic maniac with his cell phone, and then some girl with big googly sunglasses holding a shopping bag has got to do with AAA. Show a car broke down on the freeway with a flat tire or something, and a tow truck pulling up. That's AAA. Maybe we'll get lucky and the fish cracker commercial will come on so you can see what I'm talking about. Although it makes sense. If you know the Japanese culture, it makes sense. Oh, throw your potato chips away. Here, have a bowl of fish crackers. Mmm. Even the bones are crunchy. Come on, show the commercial for the fish crackers. See, what I like, if I'm watching in bed, I can take the remote and hit skip. And then the commercial goes away. And then sometimes there's another stupid one after it. And you just watch in the corner, and it'll say skip. And then you hit skip. And you blow the commercials away. Some stupid ads on YouTube, I'll tell you. I got half a notion to email AAA and ask them what that stupid ass commercial has to do with breakdown service. Guy standing there grinning with his cell phone. Then some goofy, googly-eyed sunglasses with a shopping bag. That don't say road service to me. Show a car doing a tow truck doing a jump start, or changing a tire, or pouring gas. That's AAA. I was going to say show them drawing a map, but they don't have that. Although that used to be nice back in the day. You would call AAA and say, hey, I'm going to Left Snowshoe, Idaho. I need a map. And they would literally draw you They would pull out a map and go, okay, follow this route, this route, this route, this route, this route. And sometime you got 3 or 4 maps because you got one to get you out of Ohio and then into the next state, the next state. That's when we knew how to read a map. And a voice didn't tell you, at exit 42, take a left. You had to know, north, south, east, west. You looked at the map and went, oh, hey, Agnes, we should have turned right back there, 30 miles back. Yeah, I remember when friends of mine, they went to California. They got maps for every state. Now I guess they send you a pre-programmed GPS unit here. Plug this in your car. Although I'll tell you, every now and then for grins, I'll plug in somewhere I'm going into my Garmin. And sometimes it takes you on the stupidest way. You would think that something as modern as a Garmin GPS would take you the shortest distance. Oh no. If I would have now, for me to go to the hospital, I go to the end of my street and I make a right. I go to the end of that street, I make a right. I go all the way out to Snow Road, I make a left. I go a quarter mile and I make a right. If I put it in my Garmin, it'll say, okay, make a right at 130, make a left at Brookside, take Brookside to 117th, make a right, then make a right on Bel Air, take Bel Air to 130th, make a left. You just took me 3 miles out of the way to get to the same street. I just turn it on to watch the neat little sports car driving on the map. Because instead of that little dot, you now have a truck, you have a station wagon, a sports car, and a Bigfoot. I've got that one in the shitbox. People will say, how come you're using a GPS? You know where you're going. I said, I just like watching the Bigfoot driving on the map. Oh yeah, Kathy, isn't it unbelievable? It'll take you 3 miles out of the way. Like I say, when I plugged in directions to go to the hospital, like I say, it's a right and a right, a right, and then you drive for 3 miles and it's a left. Oh no, it took me, and then it took me in a big circle. And then when I got to 130th, it said make a left. Why did I go in that big circle when I could have come down the end of the street, turned right, and it was a straight shot? I really don't understand why the stupid thing will take you 2 miles out of the way. And, one day I told Marianne, because she uses the GPS in her car. And I said, do you follow that to a T? And she goes, oh, yeah. I said, you know where you're driving? Yeah. Why do you go 4 miles out of the way? Well, because it told me to. Okay. If it told you to drive off a bridge, you'd do that? Probably. Although that has happened. There have been people that have driven off of cliffs following their goddamn GPS Garmin unit or TomTom or whatever the hell you're using. There was one several years ago. The woman drove right off the Pacific Coast Highway, 300-foot drop to the ocean. Now, luckily, she survived with not too serious of injuries, but the police said, why did you turn there? Well, my Gyron told me to turn. Didn't you see it was a cliff? No, it just told me to turn. So she turned. I bet she had a real surprise when she got to the bottom. I was like, holy shit. It wasn't the long fall, it was that sudden stop. I shouldn't be drinking coffee this late. I won't. I'll never fall asleep now. Okay, we talked about the bait car. Talked about the yellow croakers. Yep, we went down all the things I was going to mention. I think I got to buy myself a new watch. I miss wearing a watch. I used to have a nice, really expensive one. It was dust-proof, waterproof, shock-proof. It caught fire. My luck. I wonder if I could get a Timex. Do they still make Timex? Good old Timex. Takes a licking and keeps on ticking. I don't know if they make Timex anymore. I haven't seen them. I don't see them advertise it. Oh. I saw a commercial the other day for a watch called Movado. You talk about another stupid ass commercial like that AAA one. It shows some woman wearing a watch dancing. When you move, it moves, or when I move, you move, or something. What has that got to do with a fucking watch? Yeah, Kathy, because the old watches were made to last. Not like this shit nowadays. I bought a. Where the hell did I get that watch? It was some Chinese piece of crap. It worked for like a month. And the battery went dead. So I bought a strip of batteries. I put a new battery in it. It worked for a month. The battery went dead. After the third battery, I threw the watch away. One of the reasons I don't wear them, I'm too rough on them. Really, Kathy? Wow. Although my sister, she carries my father's driver's license with her. Although, you know, she was the spoiled little brat. The one that could do no wrong. Me, if I look sideways, ow. And see, you know, there's 18 years between us. And when I tell her the stories of what it was like growing up, the way my father and my mother, the way they both were, she thinks I'm telling bullshit stories. Oh, no, he wasn't like that. Well, yeah. By the time you were born, you know, all of his PTSD got worked out of his system on me. She wanted a car, he bought her a car. She drove it for like 6 months, she didn't like it, he bought her another car. Yeah, she had the, she wanted a Monte Carlo. Oh, my father goes out and buys her a Monte Carlo. Drove it for about 6 months. Oh, I don't like it. I want a Regal. And he bought her a Buick Regal. Me. Can I have a car? You got money? No. Well, when you save enough money, you can have a car. I saved enough to buy a car. You got money for insurance? No. Well, the car stays parked until you can buy insurance. Oh, my sister buys her a car, pays for insurance. I mean, to this day, she don't believe it. Oh, Daddy wasn't like that. No, you should have been born in 51 or 52. Right after WDWL ended. They came home with PTSD. More like PT beat me. I don't know how many times I tried to explain to her. Oh, you're making them stories up. No, I am not. She don't believe that story, but when I tell her the story about how my grandparents bought a car, she believes that. And she didn't even know my grandparents because my grandfather passed away when she was 2 years old. And my grandmother was in a nursing home, so. But she believes that story. I never did retell that. I guess maybe maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Have to do the old car buying story again. I would have loved to seen the look on that salesman's face the first time they got up and walked out. Then the second time. And the third time. Like, oh my God, am I ever going to sell these people a car? Then when he did, he sold it at full hit. No discount. I guess it was well worth waiting to sell him a car. Yeah, I guess, Kathy, there's one like that in every family. And see, you know, my little sister will ask my middle sister. Well, my middle sister never got fucking beat because if she fucked up, I got beat. So neither of the girls got their asses whipped. Because she even asked her one day, you know, she called, was Dad like that? No. Then she calls me back. See, you're bullshitting me. You're making all kinds of stories up. Well, why ask that bitch? She didn't get her ass whipped. If she screwed up, I got my ass beat. And I wasn't even around the house. My father would come home. Who broke the glass? Oh, she did? Grumpy, get your ass in here. What's that for? The broken glass. I wasn't even home. Don't talk back to me. Yeah, she calls the other sister who could do no wrong. Then they gang up on me. Oh, you're telling stories. I'm like, I'll say to my middle sister, you were there when I was getting my ass beat. Well, it was something you did. No, it was something you did. Not me. Two little innocents, not me. And when she realized she wasn't going to get her ass whipped for something, if she did do something, Dad, guess what? He did. Good thing they taught us duck and cover, in school. I could duck and cover at home. Oh, Diana Ross is singing. Too bad we don't have volume. Damn it. Let me see. Maybe I doubt it. Nope. I don't know why I don't have volume. Now, if I take this stupid TV and I hook it up to the DVD player, I'll have volume. I don't know why the volume's turned up on the computer. The volume's turned up on YouTube, and I don't have volume. Oh well. If it's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong on my technical end. Like I say, Kathy, there's one in every family. If my sister did something wrong and my father found out, she would blame it on me. And I don't know how many times I tell him, I wasn't even home. Don't make no difference. You're getting your ass whipped anyway. Ron, you'll be out of there soon enough. You know every fucking night they're going to irritate the shit out of you. Why do you let it get to you? I think you enjoy it. You know every goddamn night they're going to irritate the fuck out of you. If it was me, I'd go up there and kick the fuck out of them. I'd get arrested, but I'd leave with a smile on my face when I was in handcuffs. I would do the old dog shit in a flaming bag outside their door routine. Let them come out and stomp on it, you know. I don't know why that TV isn't working right. Like I say, it was hooked to the DVD player. And I watched the DVD the other night. And I had volume. I bring it in here. I make sure the computer volume's at 100%. I make sure the volume bar is at 100% on YouTube. And I got no volume. And it's not on mute. We already saw that. No, there's nothing plugged in back there either. I was going to say, if I had the external volume bar plugged in, it would be in the aux jack. There's nothing plugged in. I don't know. All I know is it's really going to piss me off when I take it back in the bedroom in the morning and I hook it to the DVD player and I have volume. Because I even check the computer with an external speaker. So why I don't... Although maybe... maybe it's because it... Yeah, but the computer's... It's coming out of the VGA into a VGA to HDMI converter, and the HDMI converter is plugged into a power source, so it's powered up. Otherwise, I wouldn't get a picture. I don't know why I don't have volume. I guess maybe I should have done a little more testing. Although I got sidetracked and I was like, oh, it's 10 to 10. Get your ass in the bedroom. Get the TV in here. Let's just hope they zoom in on the ball. I'll swing the microphone out of the way so we can see the screen. And then we can do the countdown. We're just a little over 10 minutes away. And then we got to wait till the winch system takes the ball back up to drop it again. I can't believe 5 years straight, my niece and her girlfriends went down to the... They would be over here somewhere. Because they always said that if you were looking at the stage, they were on the left side. So they would be over here somewhere. To go down there 4 days in advance to take 4-hour shifts standing so you could have that spot. They were nuts. And they did it 5 years in a row. They showed it earlier today. There were people standing there. But they would get that spot 4 days early and take turns. Because the police would ask them, what are you standing here for? It's our spot for New Year's Eve. Because I remember the one year it snowed like hell in New York. They could not wait their 4-hour shift to end. As much as I hate crowds, I would have loved to done it once. Just to say I was at Times Square at midnight. Everybody just standing around doing nothing. I don't know who that woman was in the red coat. She walks over, she tells this guy to do something. He's got a headset on. He just wandered around like he's lost. Now he's talking to the crowd. Everybody shut up. That's what he's doing. Everybody shut up. He keeps pointing at this thing, whatever it is. Maybe that's what makes the ball drop. They'll invite somebody up from the crowd and go, push this. He just wandered around like he's got all day. And then here comes the woman with the red coat again. Oh. I thought she was going to walk out and tell him something. Just think, if we had volume, we'd know what was going on. That probably has something to do with the ball. They probably push it. Every year they do something different. If they invited me up, I'd go, wait a minute. Okay. And the guy's yelling, push it, push it. I'll push it when I'm ready. Then New Year's would be 5 minutes late. They'd be throwing me off the stage. Oh, here she comes again. Time for a powwow. Hey, just wandered around, nothing better to do. Let me get the mic out of the way. Well, you can't really see much. But this woman in this red coat, she comes out every now and then and tells him something. Well, here he comes again. Everybody just wandered around with their thumb up their ass. There's Kiss Ass himself. Good old Ryan Big Lips Seacrest. Up, here comes the woman with the red coat again. Now she's hugging him. Boy, it would be nice if we had volume to know what the hell's going on. Oh, now they're getting a bunch of dignitaries up on the stage. That's probably what it is. They're going to push this big glass ball here, and then that'll probably start the... Because I'm pretty sure the ball's up here. Because I think that's 1 Times Square. So I think the ball is up on this building here. So evidently, whatever this is has something to do with the festivities. Yeah, she's going. The woman in the red coat is standing going. Evidently, all these dignitaries back here, everybody's going to have one hand on the ball. There. Push! Everybody's staying on stage in a massive state of confusion. Christ, by the time they get everybody lined up on the stage here, New Year's will be over. All right, come on, people. You got 2 minutes to get your act together here. By the time the woman in the red coat gives everybody instructions, nobody will know what to do. Take my cell phone and take a picture of me. Oh, we go to a commercial. You gotta be fucking kidding me. We go to a commercial at ball drop time. You have got to be fucking kidding me. It's fucking New Year. We missed it. I can't believe this goddamn CNBC. They go to a commercial at ball drop time. You have got to be fucking kidding me. You have got to be fucking kidding me. You have got to be kidding. They have a nerve to go to commercial when they start to drop the goddamn ball. No wonder people hate CNBC. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. What the hell kind of goddamn director do they have at that station that goes, wait a minute, it's 1 minute to midnight. Go to commercial. I do not. I know it's New Year's because I hear gunfire outside. Just remember, people, aim down, because whatever goes up comes down. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. We sat here waiting for 2 hours, and they go to commercial. Hear the gunfire? That's not fireworks. That's gunfire. We're starting the new year off right, people. Oh, that's AK-47. Somebody's fired an AK-47. You know what kind of neighborhood I live in. I hope they're aiming down, because whatever goes up comes down. Well, people, it was kind of anticlimactic, wasn't it? We wait 2 hours, and they go to fucking commercial 1 minute before the ball drops. Now, it was supposed to drop twice. They said 4 minutes. They said 4 minutes and the ball would drop a second time. Happy New Year, everybody. Talk about a suck New Year. Jesus, I can't believe that goddamn CNBC up in the control room. It's 1 minute to midnight. Go to commercial. I can't believe that. Yeah, too late now. We wanted to see it when it dropped, not. It's supposed to be going back up. There it goes. It's going back up. It's going back up. See? It's going back up. Now watch. They'll go to commercial again. When the ball starts down for the second time, they'll go to commercial. The guy in the control room will go, all right, the ball's dropping. Run 3 commercials. Now the ball says 250. It was supposed to come back down. All they've been saying all week, it's going to drop twice. It's going to drop twice. It goes up and it says 250. Nice fireworks, though. They have fireworks. I have AK-47 gunfire. Whoever it was, they emptied the whole clip. Watch, I'll go out tomorrow. There'll be bullet holes in my facade. Yeah, that was not fireworks. And that was not a 9mm or that was an AK-47. Now they were showing in the video of the ball coming down a second time, and this was going to say 250 for the 250th anniversary. No, the ball goes up and it says 250. You can't even trust the news. Well, people, I wish everyone a Happy New Year. It was kind of anticlimactic sitting here watching CNBC for 2 fucking hours and they go to commercial. I hope that news director gets fired. I could see the president of CNBC pulling his hair out right now going, what did you do, idiot? One minute before midnight, you run 2 commercials, through 30-second commercials. I'd like to know how much Kia pays to have their logo up here. I would like to know that isn't the way they showed it. That when they were showing the test, the ball came down and did that. So they lied. Kind of neat what they do with them LEDs, though, isn't it? Well, let's hope 2026 is better than 2025. That's all I got to say. Although if we wait an hour, we can watch the Chicago festivities. You notice every year they always show some American guy kissing some Asian woman. Every year. I bet you Planet Fitness shells out a big buck. Well, peoples, thanks for hanging in here for the anticlimactic bullshit commercial at midnight. Oh, I cannot believe CNBC actually cut to a commercial 1 minute before midnight. Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks for hanging in here with me, and I'm going to write a nasty letter to CNBC tomorrow, too. Oh, God damn it. Unbelievable. What a way to start off the new year. AK-47 gunfire and CNBC fucks the night up for me. All right. Thanks for hanging in here. Happy New Year, everybody. And we will see you tomorrow, regular time. Bye-bye. See ya.